sort of a serious level. And yet it's being put up as this kind of this issue that people supposedly are unifying behind. But it's really just a sort of a populist dog whistle.
And Jules, okay, so go ahead, finish your thought.
One of the big problems here is that the way arguments are being put is they're being very, very simplified, and there's a huge problem with the lies which are being pushed out from the Trump side. And I would say the Republicans, but it's really not Republicans, it's Trump's people.
So when you say lies on this issue, give me an example.
Okay, well, for example, he's talked about the whole dog eating issue down in Springfield and created an enormous problem there. But as far as transgender people are concerned, there's often this trope that, oh, you're going to go to a school, the teachers are going to say it's okay to be trans, and the next thing you're going to be trans.
Jules, let me ask you about the first thing you talked about, which is your business, where you do business, I think you said, with a lot of people in the United States. On that very different plane of issues, how do you feel about the election? What's at stake for you as a business person?
Well, I think anybody who understands how tariffs work understands right away, just the moment tariffs are applied, the average American consumer will have a massively lower amount of spendable income. And by massively, I'm talking about 20%. If there are tariffs in the order of 20, 25, 30% on Chinese products, well, that comes straight out of the consumer's pocket. It's nonsense to talk about it being paid for by China. Absolute nonsense. This is passed on to the consumer. Now, if people have less money, they're going to spend less on consumer goods. As a business person, this absolutely affects me because I have to compete for every one of those dollars a lot more actively.
Jules, one quick question before we have to go. As a Canadian living in Vancouver, A, do you pay a lot of attention to the U.S. election? And B, where do you get your information from?
I'm enjoying our wonderful rainy weather in Vancouver right now. But basically, it's America's sneezes we have to call. I get my information from Reuters, Associated Press, BBC, and CBC.
All right, Jules.
And I look for the most independent information I can get intentionally because I realize it is so weighted now in the U.S.
All right, Jules, thank you very much for your call.
Well, thank you for a great program.
Thank you. It may be raining in Vancouver. It's sunny and beautiful in Detroit.
Sure is.
Where we are just I think the third most exciting thing going on in Detroit today. And there's a Vikings-Lions game. There's the marathon happening. And, of course, this live cross-border conversation. I just want to read an email that came in to our inbox from Lainey in Somerville, Massachusetts, who says, what's most at stake for me in this election is much more encompassing than just me. It's about democracy in our lives. We want to hear from you. You can go to cbc.ca/aircheck, or you can call us at 888-416-8333. We're coming up on 5 p.m. here in Detroit and along the East Coast, 2 p.m. on the West Coast. I'm Jeremy Hobson, host of The Middle in the United States, along with Ian Hannah-Mansing of CBC's Cross Country Checkup. Well, our U.S. stations are taking a break now for the news. Thank you for joining us. If you're tuning in across Canada, we will continue today's show live. Our question, what's at stake for you in the U.S. election? Again, our number, 888-416-8333, or go to cbc.ca/aircheck. And here in Detroit, we are joined by one of the best political journalists, and that would be Zoe Clark, who is political director for Michigan Public and co-host of It's Just Politics. She's here with us in the studio. Hi, Zoe.
Jeremy, hello. Hi, Ian.
Hi.
It's great to have you here, and I got to say, Zoe, on the way in from the airport in Detroit, I was talking to an Uber driver who was saying that it was so difficult to loop around the airport because of the Secret Service over the last couple of days because the candidates are here nonstop.
They have taken up semi-permanent residents. We're going to start taxing them. Exactly.
So where are they going, and who are they going after right now?
Yeah, we decided to actually start mapping it just so we could keep track, and it's just fascinating to watch right now. It is both enthusiasm building, right? You need to go where the fish are, fish where the fish are. So you're seeing a lot of visits to Detroit. I mean, to your point, this week.